let's say you're dating somebody that you just met, and you've had previous experiences where you've been love bombed, and you have been treated like a trophy in the early stages of the relationship, and that kind of gave you some feelings on the inside that made you want to be with this person, and made you believe this person was special, and they had special kinds of feelings for you. So that's what influenced your behavior, and that's what made you want to be with them, because you just felt like they were special, and it was finally your turn, and you deserved to be treated right, and you felt like it was a blessing. But later on down the road, a few months in, maybe a few years in, they're treating you like the very things that they admired in the beginning they can't stand about you. And you're thinking to yourself, what happened? You're confused. Well, most cases, this is called love bombing. When in the beginning of the relationship, somebody is trying to do anything and say anything to get you to fall for them. And once they have you locked in, they switch up on you. Today, I want to discuss that. I want to teach you my own personal techniques and how I shut down love bombing. And you don't have to worry, because if the person that is showing you attention and pursuing you genuinely wants you and is a genuine person, and their approach and their intentions are pure, this won't affect anything, okay? Again, if you haven't been here before, my name is Jerome. This is my channel, The Superb Word, where I pretty much give modern relationship advice. I've been dating for a long time, and I've learned a lot. These are my own personal experiences. I'm an educated empath, so all of my advice does come from that point of view. So it might seem like a little harsh sometimes, but hopefully if it's for you, you like the content and you subscribe and you give me a like. So how to shut down love bombing. Let me jump right into it. First of all, this is how I personally define love bombing. I have it written down here. Codependent, desperate attempts to capture supply before toxic traits are exposed. So what I'm trying to say here is that the act of love bombing in general is a codependent thing. It's the desperation of feeling like you need somebody, and we're all human. We all need somebody, good or bad intentions. We need somebody. So there could be people in the world who act this way, who aren't narcissistic, but rather they're codependent. So they desperately need somebody to fill a void in their life. So they go throughout life desperate to hold on to anybody that shows them attention, anybody that appreciates them. In most cases, it's the codependent one who's being love bombed, but codependency still is the fuel to the reason why someone would try to love bomb you anyway. It's a desperate attempt to capture supply before toxic traits are exposed. So this person knows they're toxic. They know they're unhealed. They know they have a heart full of resentment, probably towards their past, their mothers, fathers, family members, adopted parent. They have past trauma that they have not healed from, and they are alone, and they desperately need attention, admiration, affection, and so they act like this out of codependency and desperation. The red flags you want to look out for. I got 11 of them. This is going to be a good one today. Extremely agreeable, sorry. They never disagree with you. Everything you say, they agree. Like you are the smartest, most wonderful person in the world. You never said nothing to them that they thought was wrong or that they didn't agree with. They just make you feel like anything you could say, they'll agree to. You can even test that theory if you wanted to and say something that was completely wrong and watch them agree. Okay? Number 2, they show no sense of self when it comes to decisions or opinions. So they pretty much are yes men or women. Okay, yeah, sure, whatever you want to do. Yeah, sure, I'm with that. Yeah, no, I don't mind. Sure, yeah. They're not going to say, I don't think that's a good idea. They're not going to agree. Most cases they will not agree or disagree. They're going to go with your flow. Okay, so be careful with these people who go with the flow. Number 3, moving too fast. Willing to be in a committed relationship within days of talking to you. I mean, they're just ready. You say you want to be with me. Hopefully you don't do that, but they're throwing out signs to show that they are committed to you. And you just met them. They don't even know what's your background. They don't know nothing about you, but they're willing to commit. That kind of shows codependency right there. That's a codependent thing right there. But it could be also done maliciously or to manipulate you. Number 4, excessive admiration, telling you how wonderful you are without even taking the time to get to know you. I mean, you are everything. You are perfect. And they haven't even taken the time to get to know you and see your flaws. Okay? Number 5, appearing to be fully interested in you, meanwhile, very vague about their own personal information or background. So this part right here is where the manipulation comes in, where they're trying to extract all the details and information about you, and you don't know too much about them. This keeps them in a position of power, but also now they know exactly who they're dealing with, and you don't even know who you're dealing with yet. Okay. Number 6, acting like you're their savior. Big red flag. I mean, if this shows you that they're out of something that they haven't healed from, they're not finished with, they haven't processed, and they see you and they gravitate onto you and they suck on you, they latch onto you, it's because they want to get away from that. They're trying to escape that feeling, that void. This is also codependency, but at the same time, oh, thank God I found you. Oh, you're just everything to me. You're so perfect. Oh, you're everything I ever needed in my life. Red flag. Okay. Number 7, telling you they have done things to show how they committed to you, like deleting their online dating profile. I mean, you guys aren't even in a relationship, and they're saying, "Oh, I know, I'm so certain about you that I deleted my dating profile. I'm not on there no more. I want you to know I'm giving you all of my attention." Now, this is not necessarily a bad thing. If somebody is genuinely trying to pursue you, and they like, but at the same time, it's been a week. Nah, I wouldn't even advise you do that. If you told me that, I'd be like, no, don't do that. Because let's take our time. Let's move a little bit slower. 7 days is not enough time to be making lifetime decisions. Okay. Number 8, gifts or money early on. So you'll be tempted. You might be in need. They figure out where you need help, and they try to figure out where to fit into your life. Oh, you're struggling. You don't have a car. I'll give you a ride. And you're like, oh my God, that makes my life easier. So you might be thinking that this person genuinely cares for you because they are willing to give you gifts and money early on. Let me tell you the mind state behind this right here, if they are a manipulator. They try to control your feelings by making you feel like this is something that you never had before. And they try to play this vulnerable role with you like, hey, I care about you. I'm willing to give you money. I'm willing to give you a ride every day. And in so doing this, you start feeling like, man, there's no way this person isn't genuine or compassionate or doesn't care about me. Look how they're helping me get to work. Look how they're helping me eat breakfast. But the thing is, their thought process behind this, the potential, manipulation behind this thought is they want to create that atmosphere to where you believe that they are the best thing smoking. And you fall for that. That makes you fall in love. Okay. And this also a key to remember. They feel like they've done everything good for you and nice. So if it doesn't work out, they're like, well, I gave it everything I got. Okay. Good people give everything they got, and so could manipulators. Let me go further than this. Number 9, they literally ask you how you're feeling about them, so that they can gauge how successful they have been in order to capture you. So they're like, so how do you feel about me? How do you see things going right now? And based off whatever your response is, they know, okay, I got to do a little bit more work, or okay, they're done. I got them. They're locked in. So this is what they're going to ask you. They want to gauge where you're at, so they can gauge where they're at and how much work they have to do in order to lock you in. Number 10 is they typically articulate their previous relationships as toxic ones. We all have had toxic relationships, so this does not mean it's an automatic red flag. But the thing that could potentially make it a red flag is when they don't tell you the role they played in that toxic relationship. Somebody did something to me. Somebody hurt me. Somebody cheated on me. Somebody beat me up. Somebody left me. What did you do? What can you admit about yourself? Okay? You can ask them that directly if you want to, or you can find your own ways to ask them. You know, I would ask them so what did you do? How did that make you feel? You know, see, you know, what role they played in it. Number 11, they are extremely sexual and affectionate early on. Oh man, they want to cuddle. They're down to have sex. they say I love kissing. They wanna get affectionate and sexual and intimate with you early on. Now this is a huge red flag because in most cases, when somebody wants to be sexual with you early on, they want to get in, get on, get off. And this is before you can see any of their toxic traits. And now if you do see any of their toxic traits, whatever. I already had that. Okay? And number 12, they act like they're not afraid to be hurt as to why they are willing to jump into anything. They feel like, I know I'm a good person. I'm not worried about being hurt. I don't have any trust issues. Whatever you do to me, I'm a God-fearing woman or man. It ain't gonna do too much to me. So I'm not gonna prevent myself from catching feelings. And that kind of plays on your guilt and your logic, because now you're thinking like, well, if they're willing to let me hurt them and be vulnerable with me, then why can't I do the same thing for them? This is their way of breaking your guard down and getting you to let them in. Now, all of this is done to play on your compassion, your desire to be loved, and your empathy. They know you're a good person. They know you're trustworthy, and that's why they're coming after you. Now, one might think that, why won't they just go look for somebody if they just want to have something quick and easy? Because they don't want to go find somebody that's quick and easy that they know isn't up to no good, because guess why? It puts them in a position to be hurt. If they're in a position of where they have no fear of being hurt by you, then that puts them in a position of power. And, you know, people who go around discarding people don't want to be discarded. The hypocrisy is real. Now, here goes my 5, tactics or things that you want to do to potentially prevent yourself from being love bombed. This is how you shut it down right here. Sorry it took me 12 minutes to get to this point, or 13 minutes, but here it is. Number 1, never be afraid to disagree. It doesn't matter what the topic is. Do not be a yes person. Do not agree with everything somebody is saying. If you don't like something and you don't agree, don't agree. Number 2, set boundaries early on. Say no or not right now, okay? To anything. I quote, to anything. And this really will expose them. If somebody is trying to control you, this boundary or setting boundaries in general is their kryptonite. It's going to get under their skin. So you might see their face start to turn because you are standing up to them and you are creating boundaries between you and them. Okay. Number 3, watch for subtle signs of inconsistencies in their story and attitudes. This is major for me. This has been one of my main red flags that tells me who somebody is. If you're super sweet and understanding and nice and all of a sudden you're rude to me, and even if it's subtle, and I'm like, what would possess you to be rude to me? Why is the way that you claim that you feel not overwhelming to you enough to where you can break character? And it's very subtle. You got to pay attention to that. Okay. Number 4 is hot and cold behavior, giving you lots of attention and then suddenly pulling away. I don't tolerate that. You know what I'm saying? Here goes how that pull away works. If they at any time feel like whatever tactics they're using isn't working, they'll pull away. And which guilts you into feeling like, man, maybe I'm being too difficult. And then you lower your guards and then you approach them and you pursue them, and then it feels like everything is back to normal. And then the next time you are not doing something that they like, they pull away. And then you pursue them This keeps you pursuing them. This keeps them in a position of power. And it keeps them from having to do any more proving to you because you're chasing me. Okay? It's the game changer. Okay? And please note that if you don't chase them when they pull away, they're going to attempt to guilt you. They're going to play the victim and act as if you're the one trying to manipulate them. Okay, so what I would do if somebody pulls away from me, I give them their space, because I feel like as adults we need to communicate on a healthy and clear channel. And if you are going to use any kind of passive aggressive tactics towards me, it won't work. Here goes that alpha. Here goes that here goes that super empath right there. That don't no. If you don't know how to communicate healthy in a mature way, I don't know what to tell you. It ain't gonna work. I'll let you go. I'll be like, okay, I don't know what you was feeling, but I don't read minds, and I'll go ahead and let you sort your feelings out, and let me know whenever you're willing to talk. Give them the floor. Give them an opportunity to come back around when they're willing to talk. But if they don't want to talk, let them go. Okay. These are just 5. There's a lot more. If you have some, please go ahead and jump in the comments and share them so we can learn together. But I have a lot of experience with being love bombed. And one thing I could definitely admit to you, I could be vulnerable enough to admit that love bombing feels good. It feels good, y'all. And you're like, oh, man, this person wants me. And you feel desirable. And it makes you want to act out of love. Because I don't believe love is a feeling. I believe love is purely actions. But I do believe that feelings are what motivate love. So people put feelings in you in order to motivate your acts of love, and then they take advantage of your love and your actions. And if you can stand up to anybody, regardless if their intentions are pure or not, if you can stand up for yourself, you are a super empath. If you can tell somebody no, even if you are nervous or afraid that they're not going to like you, you are a super empath. You are shielded, you are protected. And that, my friends, is how you shut down love bombing. Thank you for watching. If you like the content, please like and subscribe. And I'll be back soon. And stay tuned.